Hey friends, welcome back to the Life of a Makeup Artist podcast. Now, I am so excited because we have a stacked season. Okay, now we are going to be diving into topics that we actually have not touched on before, and of course, bringing on your favorite brands and favorite artists. And of course, me, honey. Okay, so let's get caught up with my life as a makeup artist. Now, I'm going to touch on some highlights and lowlights because I just want you to know that everything is not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Okay, now, first of all, let's get into a highlight. I am finally launching my masterclass. Now, this is something that I have been wanting to do for years. Okay, and I was just like, girl, you are not going on vacation and living your best life when your biggest goal has not been accomplished for the year yet. So, I did exactly that. I made sure that my masterclass was recorded. The models are so gorgeous. And of course, people ask me, like, is this for makeup artists? Is this for, the average like person that just wants to, level up their makeup? It is for anyone that wants to level up their makeup game. Of course, I'm showing you my techniques so you can take it and do it on yourself, or you could do it on clients. So be on the lookout for that because I am very excited and it's actually coming out very soon. Okay, so also I have stepped into my hosting era. I feel like I've already been in my hosting era, but more so now. I moderated a panel with BBR and Instagram for the first time, and it was so much fun because I was surrounded by so many of my peers and people that I look up to. The energy was just everything. So I'm definitely looking forward to more of those. And then I did a couple of beauty campaigns, some with Ami Coley, um, Rose MD Skin, Carol's Daughter, and a couple of others, of course, Ulta Beauty. So let me tell you, I know for a lot of makeup artists and, my assistants and, my friends, and we all talk about this. It's a dream to see your makeup in store. To see your makeup in a store is next level. But to see your makeup in front of the store, like in the window, is next level. Now I've had my makeup in store in the windows a few times. One time I missed it because I was so busy I wasn't able to go and check. That was something for Banana Republic, but my makeup is in store in the windows at Ulta Beauty right now. Some places it's in like by the registers on 34th Street. But can I tell you, your girl, of course, I was in front of the thing dancing. I'm gonna post that soon. But I was so excited. We shot that a couple months ago. So it's kind of like back to school, going into fall makeup. Three gorgeous models. And I couldn't like gratitude. Like it was such a fun shoot. It was challenging. I will have to let me be honest. It was fun, but it was challenging because one of our models, I don't even think I talked about this on the podcast before, but one of the models, she was talking with the photographer. And the photographer is great, okay? She knows how to connect with the models and like everything was fine, okay? Until I don't know what was the situation, but the model literally started to cry on set because she was like in I guess I don't know what else was going on in her world, but she started to cry. And not like a couple of tears, because I was on set and they were like, oh, Q-tip. Something in a Q-tip. What do you mean? Okay, like, So, because I was doing the second model, when I tell you this girl, her entire face was drenched. Drenched to the point where it's just like I had to take her makeup off and start over, which is not fun for any makeup artist. But at the end of the day, like you have to know how to like make things happen. She was fine, like she was actually fine. She was just thinking about her younger self and like being in that moment and how she was so grateful and so happy to be there, and she just like broke out in tears. And I thought it was just like a thug tear, but it wasn't a thug tear. It was a boohoo sob cry tear. So yes, very much one of those experiences that you're like you can't really react. Like you just have to be like you got to be there for them, one, but then you also have to work fast because these girls had to like fly out the same day. We shot it in Chicago. So yeah, that shoot meant way more than just like, a photo shoot for me. One, obviously, I work with Ulta Beauty, but like being able to like fix that and fix it fast and fix it well. And I actually liked how the makeup looked better after, because I don't know what it was. Like the tears, I don't know. The tears just it worked. It helped, okay? It helped. Let me tell you what happened to me. So your girl went to Grand Cayman for a few days. I had the best time. Okay. I was all and about. If you want to go peek on my stories, I might pop it in somewhere here. Your girl was outside. Now I like to take, I mean, for the past couple of years, I've been trying to take my play as serious as I take my work, okay? She's a Capricorn. She likes to work hard. But I want to play too. I want to travel and be outside. So after I went to Grand Cayman, because I had some stuff to do with also, so I ended up having to switch my days because I was actually giving myself a week in between my trips. But the way how this went, I went straight from Grand Cayman and then I went to Lake Como this year. Last year, I went to Positano and Capri. Loved Italy so much. I was like, yeah, we gotta go back. So we went back, and right after, like on our way back to New York, I was like, oh, we should probably like do something after because we don't want to spend Lake Como is not one of those places you want to spend like a week and a half. So we are like, okay, let's like go to London on our way back to New York just for a few days, like 2, 3 days. Okay, great, right? So I actually have never been, even though I've been to Paris so many times for Fashion Week. I wanted to go, but never enough to be like, all right, I'm gonna go. And what if it's raining? It's gloomy. What am I gonna do? What am I really gonna do? Walk around Harrods? Like no shade. But I was just like, if I go to London, I want to like get there, decompress, like you know. I need a moment. So I was like, I didn't want to go to London all of those times being in Paris. Also, it was very busy during Fashion Week. So it's not like I even had time. But anyways, so we go to London. We had our gluten-free fish and chips. Me and my friend were gluten-free. And it was great. We got there. It was sunny. It was honestly like a movie. Honestly, like a movie. We got there. It was just like heaven. I went to sleep, okay? Snuggled, comfy, okay? Tell me why your girl woke up sick. Sick, sick, sick. I was like, it came out of nowhere. Did I feel like I was getting sick? No. Did I cough? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. And I was just so confused. I thinking I have the cold. What is Trinidad? I mean, hearing a Trinidad. Americans say that, yeah, like a cold or flu. Yeah, I feel like I have the cold or a flu or whatever. So I was taking my medication, and all this time since Grand Cayman, I was taking my ginger shots. I was very much on top of it. Okay, I was taking my zinc, my vitamins. I was on top of it. So I was like, what, what, where did this come from? So I'm taking my medication, whatever. The next day, I kind of like we went out and was like doing a little bit of sightseeing and things like that. Didn't really like very lightly, and I was just like feeling not good. So I came back to the room, slept, and like drank some tea. Tell me why. The next day, I started to feel much better. So I'm like, oh, great. Like that medication worked real quick. Okay. Now I did walk with medication just because I was like, what if I get sick? Maybe I manifested it. Who knows? But I was just like, okay, very weird. So we weren't in London. That was the last day in London. So went back to New York. I was like, okay, that trip home, that 8 hours, I probably gonna get better. Like I'm gonna feel better from that 8 hours of sleep because listen, this is my superpower. I will fall asleep and wake up 15 minutes before we land in Paris or London, wherever it is. I could sleep on a plane, okay? So got back to New York, and it's in the middle of Fashion Week now. We're smack dab like Fashion Week's about to start. So at this point, I'm not feeling too horrible, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I feel good. So I actually went to like 2 events, and all of a sudden, I lose my voice. I lose my voice. Miss Talks a lot lose her voice. Okay. I can't record no videos. I'm in the middle of prepping for podcast season and I lose my voice. I And at this point, like right after that, like I think I did Tommy. I did a couple clients with Tommy. So I just was like, I'm not going to talk. I was using this app. I legit was using an app because they were saying online, if you whisper, it's going to make your voice worse. And like, so I'm drinking all these teas. I'm like doing all these things. So did my clients, so whatever, didn't talk. I had 2 assistants, thankfully. My girls always hold me down. And next day I did a client and I was like, at that point I wasn't even feeling as sick. I was just feeling like my voice was gone. Like I had a day where I was just like, I'm done. But went to urgent care, didn't have the cold, didn't have the flu, didn't have COVID. Because I did take 3 COVID tests when I got home. Didn't have, I was like, okay. Went to urgent care, they were like, yeah, you don't have any of those things. I'm like, oh, you have laryngitis. Oh, Laryngitis. I've never had laryngitis before. I've never lost my voice before, and I felt invisible in the world. Cause like it's so funny when you lose your voice. If I don't have a voice, right? Why are you whispering to me? Or why are you pointing? Like you could talk to me. It was just so interesting. And I just was like, okay, this is too much. I need my voice back. So it was like a good week plus that I just couldn't talk. And I was really scared actually because I had the podcast with Makeup by Mario. I had a podcast with Ipsy, and like I literal day before I had the podcast with Ipsy is when I started to get my voice back. So if you hear me on October 10th on Ipsy's podcast, Hit and Pan, I sound a little hoarse, okay? So I need you to just rock with me. Just rock with me. I sound a little hoarse. And then even for Makeup by Mario, actually my voice wasn't too bad for that. But yeah, I feel like it's a work in progress because even today I was like, why am I sounding like this? So let me tell you, things might look like, oh, it's all perfect and fun and games, but your girl was out here struggling. So I really laid low for this, like this fashion week. Didn't go to ton of events like last year. I think honestly I went to so many things. So this year I had to like basically sit my low tail down and relax. And that's what I did, which was great because as soon as I got my voice back, like I just started to get extremely busy again, which I'm grateful for, but I couldn't have done it in the state that I was in. So I think I say all of this to say is just like, you can take care of yourself. You could feel like you're doing all the right things, but some ish might still happen. And there's nothing you could do about it. You kind of just have to roll with the punches, go with the flow, take care of yourself as much as you can, and just do what you can, right? Just do what you can. Try not to be too hard on yourself because trust me, I was just like, I'm trying to like, I don't want to whisper, I don't want to force my voice, but I'm here using an app to talk to my clients. Like, let's be for real. But it's okay. We made it through and I'm back. Okay. And I'm back. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that I was able to do three holiday episodes with Ulta Beauty. That is coming out in a few, but I don't have the dates yet. But I'm really excited about that. We shot it in Dallas actually last week. Well, no, this week actually. We shot it in Dallas. Three holiday episodes going over all of like all the, sets and all the fun things to come. And I'm just like, I already have like a list of things that I'm going to be gifting. So definitely look out for that as well. Now, this podcast is called The Life of a Makeup Artist, right? And like life encompasses all things, right? And I love to bring on my brand founders. I love to talk about the business of beauty. But, going forward from now into 2025, we're going to be diving into some other topics. I don't want to reveal too much. I want to surprise you. I want to dive into some other topics because obviously like, just talking to my friends, colleagues, acquaintances, like life is not easy, okay? Like a lot of my friends and I were like, okay, we've gotten back into therapy and like we're really focusing on, our health or wellness and like that really is it's what complements your career, right? If you don't have your health, you can't really you don't have anything. So I want to like talk about different things and I really hope you embrace that. This podcast is like it really is my life. Like I really think about my life. When I started this podcast, my life was very different. It was very different and I am living in a lot of my dreams and a lot of my goals. Your goals change, you might want different things now or the things that you once wanted, you're like, I'm good. So, as I evolve, the podcast will evolve with me. So I hope you can rock with me. And of course, as a reminder, because some people are like, when is the podcast coming back? The podcast is always every other quarter, just because your girl is only one girl. I'm only one girly. So I can't do like I wish, and I wish. And obviously, like at some point we will get to a full-time podcast. But because of my work schedule, because of me traveling and things like that, I kind of treat it like a TV show. So you have like seasons where, you come back and you go off, you get ready. So every other quarter. So we will be back after this season for the fall, winter. We will be back in the spring. So that gives me some time to like, get ooh, Not my best friend messaging me. Okay. So we will be coming back in the spring of 2025, which I'm actually already getting ready for. So stay tuned. Now, as we get into this new season, I want to thank you guys so much for all of the love that you have given to the podcast. Our TikTok has been blowing up, okay? And I love that for us, honey, okay? I am really, really grateful for all of the support. So I want to ask you to take 2 minutes out of your day to leave us a review on whatever platform you listen on, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and give us 5 stars for our 5 star guest, and don't forget to subscribe. Now I am so excited for what's to come. It's up, okay? It is up and it is stuck, honey. So let us get in to this season. I am so excited. You already know. Makeup by Mario, Ami Coley, Roquel. But that's all I could say because that was in the teaser. I'm going to have to let you be surprised for the rest. And I just want to thank you. So let's get into the new season, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.